See now the cottage is proceeding now to the cemetery where two young boys, siblings, Ketelo and Hlompo, are going to be laid to rest. Let me introduce a representative from the Department of Education in the province of Gauteng. This is a devastating matter.
Yeah, thanks. It is really very devastating to everyone within the department. You know, we taking it one day at a time, but you know what, we just have to accept and give these little ones a good send off. Yeah.
What is the MEC saying about this?
Look, obviously the MEC is also very touched by this, and that's why even when he returned from his business trip, the first thing that he did was not to go to his office, not to go home, but to come to the families of all these children. Yeah, he's saddened by all this, and he can only pass words of condolences to the family and make sure that the kind of support that families need, in particular psychosocial support, is provided.
That was my next question, that are offering psychological support to the family. Have you offered? Are you still going to offer?
Look, we have offered psychosocial support, but remember, support like that is not a once-off. You know, it's a continuous process because healing is not an event. It takes quite a while. So yes, the team from the department has visited the families. They've had talks with the mothers. They've had talks with the entire family, and they've had some sessions already. So even now, when they still need a bit more of debriefing, they do call, and such support is continuously being provided.
Are you offering support now, psychological support, to other pupils? It's shocking.
Yes, it is, because remember, our first support, our first clients were actually the schools. So not only do we provide support to the learners in these affected schools, but to the educators, to the school communities. Remember, we also are not doing this alone. Department of Social Development has also deployed their own team members, social workers, to assist us in this regard, so that while we come from the angle of educational psychology, but from social development, that expertise is also being provided. So yeah, I'm quite confident that the support provided to the school, to the learners, to the educators, but to the family is quite well received. Look, it is painful, very painful to the parents. But I also need to emphasize, it's not just painful to the parents, it's also painful to us as a department. It's painful to the school, the learners themselves. Look, yes, for this accident, we need to really acknowledge that it was not because of any negligence on the side of the should I say, the drive of the vehicle. We don't know the real cause of the accident. Of course, investigations will reveal what actually has happened. But I'm just saying, what we need society to understand is there are two modes of transport that our learners are using. The scholar transport, contracted by the department, and there are stringent matters that are put in place to ensure that safety is adhered to. Vehicles must be roadworthy, and all the steps to ensure that everything is in order. That's taken care of by the department. But there are transports which are organized by parents themselves. We don't have control over that. However, we can only advise parents to be sure of the kind of transport that they are using for their own children, whether they are roadworthy, whether they are in good condition, but also that they are not overloading. You know, they're taking their kids in time, the kids are arriving school in time. You know, those are the things that parents should also be looking at and be vigilant about. But we also are saying schools also, when kids come to school, using various transport modes, even if those transport modes are contracted by the parents, it's important that schools also look at what kind of transport is bringing our children or the learners to school.